but inside of it is an O-ring too. If you see the shape of it, it has a reflection right here, and then it's straight right here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what it does is, this piece sets in here, like this, and the rod comes through it. And you can see that it takes a minute to get it back on. But when it comes back out like this,
Mm-hmm.
right, it's coming in here and your encoder wheel is setting on it, measuring the distance of the strokes,
Right.
okay? So it has to be cleaned. If you'll notice that little ring right there, when I pulled it back, the rod wiper was doing its job. It's wiping the rod clean
Right.
so the encoder can ride on it
Right.
and do its linear distance.
Right. And get a good
Right.
reading, right?
Yeah, in the linear distance that it's measuring, there's like stroke 1, stroke 2, leak check. You know, it's doing all that work, this encoder, so it has to have a clean rod. So that's why these rod wipers have to be put in right. And if they're not, you're going to get this pocket here filled up with fluid. It's going to leak. It's going to leak through the piston into the encoder pocket. You'll know that it's not working right because it'll fill up with fluid, and the fluid will start running out these holes in these pockets here and be dripping down inside your vehicle and stuff.
Right.
So I'm going to take this one out and I'm going to put another one in. Now, to get it out, it takes a little bit of effort because it's a hard plastic. And if you'll notice, I'm pushing my pick in there and I'm kind of digging right inside of the existing one. I'm just twisting it and digging it in. And you gotta be careful because you can stab yourself. And once I get it, I pull it, it'll pop out.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's damaged now. It isn't going back in here.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
it's done.
Because you
And
damaged
the
it getting it out, yeah.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm taking it out is because it's leaking anyway, and I gotta put a new one in. Now, the new one is you wanna make sure when you put it in, and you can set your piston right there so you can see it. You want your rod wiper, the wiping part, to be facing
Yeah.
the pocket.
Right. So it's doing its job.
Yeah. So you're facing away from the piston where the piston's going to go. Okay?
Right.
All right. So when I put it in, it's going to go in like this. Sorry, you have to erase that.
It's okay.
You want it to go in facing the piston because you're wiping off all the fluid here as this is coming out.
Okay. Oh,
Okay?
there you go.
Yeah, so you want the wiper
To be facing the
your
piston. Yeah.
Okay? So I had to look at it twice. So I've got the wiper facing my piston. And I'm gonna take this piece right here, I'm gonna turn it down like that. Right on the edge of this plate, right on the edge of whatever bench I'm working.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take the wiper down. I'm gonna grab it and squeeze it just like that. See how I've got the edge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna put it in the pocket and twist it with my finger, and I'm gonna push it down to where I got it like this. And I'm gonna push down, and I'm gonna hold it with my finger down like this. Now I'm gonna look over this way, and I'm gonna see inside here where it's not in the pocket yet, and I'm gonna push that up so I get it in the pocket. So that when I'm looking at it like this. See the pocket right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not in. So I just go down here. Now I've got it. It's in the pocket. See it right there? And you can take your screwdriver and just kind of push it right into that pocket, just like that. Now you've got it like this. You just push it and then push down, and it should go right up into its pocket. Just like that.
Perfect.
Okay?
And you didn't damage it or anything, so that's good.
No. Now sometimes the O-ring that's in it, I'm going to use the damaged one to show you. Sometimes this O-ring right here kind of sticks out like this when it's inside of that part. You'll see it sticking out like this, just like that. Come here, you do it. You can do it. Yeah, there you go. You'll see it sticking out inside the hole like that. You can actually take your screwdriver or your pick and push it up in here like this.
Right.
Make sure you're not using a pointy end because you don't want to poke holes in it. Use the rounded end until you get it all the way up inside of there, and it'll work its way back in.
Right.
And it'll still seal.
Like putting an inner tube in a tire.
Yeah, but you don't want to poke it with the pointy end. You want
Right.
to use the round end to work it up in there, and you can salvage it and save it.
Okay.
But that's how you put it in. Okay? Wow. And that's pretty much.
No lubrication on that?
Huh?
You don't have to lube that when you put it back
No.
in?
That's a rod wiper. You don't want to lube
You don't
that.
wanna lube
It's
that.
going to be wiping the lube off.
Okay.
You know, as the test head's coming out. As the test head goes out like this, your encoder's going to be right here, so it's going to be wiping lube
Right.
off of it.
Okay.
Right? And then when you come back in here, the cylinder fills back up with hydraulic fluid.
Right.
Right? And then when it pushes back out to extend and do its test, and stroke 1, stroke 2, leak check, and
Right. All
No.
that stuff.
yeah,
It'll keep cleaning it every time it moves in and out.
yes, that's what you want.
Okay.
Okay, that's pretty much the part a lot of people are going to watch this video for. They
Sure.
want to know how to do that. That right there is the thing.
Okay.
You know, if they put it in backwards, it's going to leak.
Right.
It's just going to blow fluid right out by it. If they put it in the right way, but they break that O-ring, it's going to leak. So it's
Just
kind of a
gotta be careful.
it's a booger to do. It really is. Yeah. This one here should be out just a little bit more, and it's not coming out. Oh, there you go.
What are you doing now?
I got one of these inserts is way down, and it's supposed to be out. And I don't know why it's not coming out. Cause it should be, yeah, I don't got a bigger screwdriver. Mhm. See, it's almost out the end here, and it shouldn't be like that.
Going to go grab a bigger screwdriver?
Yep, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, but that was the hardest part. Now I can